So something that a lot of other photography channels have been doing is they've been going out and getting isolation photos. And I thought, well, I got nothing else better to do with my unemployed time. So yesterday I went out and I was taking some photos. Now I was playing it safe, I was playing it smart. I was keeping away from other people as much as I could. I even took with me some of these Google Maps business cards, just in case I got stopped. I could say that I was doing it for work. And this is real information, by the way. I actually am a master photographer for Google Maps local guides. I might actually do a video about that in the future because it's pretty straightforward to do and it does kind of look impressive if you reach this level. But anyway, this intro's gone long enough already. Let's get straight into the video. Alrighty, so we start off on at my motorbike. This is at Newcastle Harbour near the brewery. First of all, I just want to quickly say that I got a thing for chicks on longboards. They're pretty cool. So this is the Stockton Newcastle ferry. Normally about this time, there's a ton of people on this ferry, but as you can see, there's no one there. And so I snapped a couple of photos of the ticket man. Thought that one was a little bit wide, so I got one that was a little bit closer. Yeah, it's not a fantastic shot, but I think it kind of shows off the isolation a little bit. So this is the ferry waiting station, and this isn't a very popular place. Not many people wait in here normally, but I think in a photo, if it shows off completely empty. So this is the first photo I got of this one. I kind of feel like it would be a lot better if there was a subject maybe sitting in the middle, or if this sign on the left here that says Qui War, if that wasn't there and you could see a silhouette on that side inside the waiting area, I think that could make this photo a lot better. And here's the wider version of it. I think I do prefer the wider version. I wish these two poles at the front here weren't there. I think they stick out like a sore thumb because they're white and the other ones are grey. I think if they weren't as bright and we still had that subject somewhere and one person sitting in the seats over there or something, I think that would make this photo a lot better. But anyway, I keep moving along and I get to this pedestrian crossing, and this is normally pretty busy as well. I thought it'd be cool if I'd set up camp here. I was waiting there for quite a while, but surprisingly no one came. So if you can just imagine that there's someone walking across the pedestrian crossing here, because there's no other cars, no other traffic or pedestrians in the background, so it would kind of really give it this sense of isolation of just one person walking to an empty town. But no one was there, so never mind. So I spin back around, and as I'm coming down here, I noticed that there's some people canoeing. You can see them behind that lamp pole. So I didn't even get the photo, but then I also noticed on the right-hand side of the photo, there's a man fishing. And so I quickly rethink my composition. I go down a little bit lower, and I snap off a fair few different photos. This is the photo that I think came out the best of the few that I got. I quite like this, but I experimented with a different crop. So I've cropped it into to this image here. And I actually think I like this a lot more than the original. You've got the fisherman with his rod, you got a seagull. The whole jetty is silhouetted, but you can see the water behind it. I reckon that looks really cool. This probably ended up being my favorite shot of the afternoon. But I continue up this way. This is at the brewery up here. Now this place normally is packed with people and there's a band always playing on that stage. It was actually felt really weird that there was nobody here at all. And so I thought this might be a good recognizable photo for locals if they saw that this was empty. It's not very good. I just thought I'd chuck it in there just so you can see that even masters like me get bad photos. So this is from the other side of the waiting station. And I don't know, I kind of like the composition. I like the three towers sticking up there. I don't know if anyone's in the photo. You can't really make them out if there is. Again, I think it would be cool if there was a person maybe in this light in the waiting station down here. I think that would actually look quite cool if you could just see a silhouette of the person in the window there. But I keep moving around. I guess that's one of the things when you're not supposed to be outside. Not many people are outside. Now this is a new cafe in the harbour area called the Signal Box, I believe. And I thought playing with the reflections of the inside of the cafes, which is now closed. Obviously the food courts and everything are closed now, but you can see the reflection and you can see this coloured metal wall in the reflection. I thought that looked kind of cool if I could get someone walking past, or in this empty space on the right hand side, if someone could go through there walking or running or cycling. I thought that would be quite a strong image. Even without a subject, I think this is still kind of a cool image. Now here you're going to see me do some strategic planning. I see that there's a tram coming down, and so I'm trying to play it cool because there's the cleaner there in the high-vis vest. I'm trying to get a shot of him, so I'm setting up my camera settings next to him so I can get my exposure right and everything. I'm still playing it cool. Then I see that the tram's coming, so I line up my shot and I wait, and I think he's waiting because I'm taking a photo. And then I grab a couple, and that's the shot. I've had to crop it because I was obviously shooting landscape. I think this photo is okay. It has some strong elements, like the tram's pretty cool. It says where it's located and there's the cleaning man, but it doesn't really tell much else of the story. But it's definitely not the worst photo I've taken so far. So we continue up, and this is, I saw this really reflective window, so I tried to get a selfie. Almost fell off there, and I snap a quick selfie. You always got to do that. GoPro on your forehead. Now have a look at this GoPro when I jump down. Smooth as, barely a jitter. Now this is the old Newcastle station, and I really wanted to come up here and get a shot while it was empty. I didn't realise that they actually fenced the whole thing off to stop people from coming through. So I took a blind photo over the construction fence here, and I got what I wanted, an empty photo of the station, but would have been great if I'd actually explored through and set up a proper composition and everything. So what I do now is I just turn right, and there's Customs House. So I obviously got to snap a photo of Customs House. I get two of them. So I got this one here where it's in focus, and the fence in the foreground is out of focus. And then I did the opposite, so the fence is in focus and Customs House obviously is out of focus. I actually kind of prefer this out of focus one. Something about seeing the detail in the metal and that mesh, it's just kind of cool to me. And you can tell that that's a clock tower in the background. You don't really need to see the detail of it. So as I was leaving the station, this homeless lady walked past me, and I immediately thought, damn, I wish I could get a photo with her in it. And as I was walking up here, I saw this lady walking down, so I spin around to prepare for her to walk past me. But then the homeless lady came back out, and I thought, well, I may as well get a photo of her. And I think this actually turned out quite well. You can't really tell that she's a homeless lady at all, but it is a person carrying a lot of stuff. I think it would be better if those cars weren't in the photo to make the place look even more empty. But I do kind of like that sign that says "Make Space." I think there's got to be some sort of joke with that. I don't really know what the link is, but there's something about a sign that says "Make Space" in a world that's in isolation. There's something amusing about that. And then I turn around and that lady's there, so she didn't even walk past anyway. So good thing that homeless lady came out. So now we're in front of Customs House. And set up camp with what I think is pretty good framing, and I wait here again, look, for quite a while, a good couple of minutes waiting for someone to come past. But just as I'm about to pack up, this girl walks around the corner, and I go, ooh. And can't imagine what she was thinking when she sees a guy with a GoPro and he said, instantly stop and then take a photo of her. It's a nice photo, it's not the strongest one. I think maybe if I was shooting through something, if I could find a branch or something, maybe if I was lower to the ground, make it look a little bit more interesting. I jump up in the middle of these trees here because I have taken a photo from here before. So I try to get another one with these people, this couple that walk down the bottom of it. I do think this is a very interesting and cool composition. I don't know if this is the right subject matter. It might be better for weddings. If you had the bride and groom in there at sunset, the sun would be hitting the bride's dress, making it glow orange and white. Also, I just realized that that clock is stuck on 4 minutes past 10, and that certainly wasn't the time when I was out. So as I was heading back towards the start at the moment, I saw this old man sitting on the bench up ahead, and so I picked my tactical position, and I'm just waiting for all these people to clear this walkway so that I could get a lonely photo of him. Notice that there's some people canoeing, so I get some nice slow-mo of these people canoeing, kayaking, what are they doing? Catamaraning? I'm not sure. Yeah, and there's a boat as well. You're welcome. All right, so most of the people have left. I compose and I shoot. And there we go. That's the best I could get with this, given the circumstances. If I could stay for another 5 minutes, I'm sure I could have got something better. I wonder if he knows that his hair is that thin when the sun goes through it. All right, so I head back over to this cafe that I was at before, because I really want someone to come through, but no one did, so I pretended that there was someone there with my finger. So yeah, if you can imagine that there was someone, instead of that blurry finger, If there was a person there on it walking or on a bike, I think that could be quite a nice image. All right, so up here, we've got a tram coming this way, a tram going that way, and this kid's about to walk in between them, and I would have been able to get a photo of him right in the middle, but he stopped walking. And I want to make a PSA right now, because this keeps happening to me. If you see a photographer in the city somewhere, and they're setting up the camera and they're just waiting, keep walking. Walk in front of them. Please don't be polite and stop. Keep walking. If it's a wedding photo, or they're doing portraits or landscapes and you've got this big magnificent view going on, yeah, stop, wait, let them get the photo. But in a city, probably 98 times out of 100, that person is waiting for you to walk through so they can get a photo of you. And a lot of the time, like for me personally, like this situation right here, it is all perfectly timed, and I'm waiting for you to continue walking, and if you stop, then you've just ruined the photo for me. Which at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. There's a lot more worse things going on in the world, but please don't think you're doing the right thing by stopping, because a lot of the time us street photographers want you to walk through. We want a subject in there. If you see someone taking a photo and it looks like they're taking a photo of nothing, it's because they're waiting for you to walk through. Please keep walking. If you don't want your face in it, just turn your head the other way. Yeah, so that frustrated me a little bit. But then I got this nice reminder as I was walking down here, this old man coming past in his mobility scooter. I saw the Australian flag, took a photo, because I think it's important to remember that we are all Australian. We all come under this one flag. We're all in this together. We're a community. We need to look out for each other. So who cares if someone doesn't walk into your photo when you want them to? At least they're not coughing on your face. And so I get back to my bike, and yeah, that's the end of our little afternoon there. Favorite photo of the afternoon would be the photo of the fisherman where I've cropped in. Something about that really, I like the colors and everything is just really standing out for me. Second favorite photo, weirdly enough, is the photo of Customs House where the fence is in focus. Like I said before, the metal and the mesh. I think because it's not your conventional photo of a building, that's what makes it stand out to me. Not too many amazing photos from this outing. I think I might jump in there, work on some edits a little bit and see if I can put together a little photo story package, like 3 images in one, just to see if I can save a couple of those images by making it artsy. Otherwise, thanks very much for watching. If you got through all of that, make sure you like the video, make sure you do subscribe. If you want to tell me which photo is your favorite, leave it in the comment, or anything else, leave a comment, I'll get back to you. And if you want 2 free months on Skillshare, hit the link below as well. All right, this video has gone too long. I'll see you next time. Thanks very much. See ya.